This is going to be an episode about preparation. This is going to be a helpful, very helpful episode about preparation. People don't prepare. So this is going to be a helpful episode about preparation. Helpful, super helpful. I'll call it preparation H, H for helpfulness. Preparation H, the preparation H helpful episode because people don't prepare. Let me tell you. All the time, people want to create products, or maybe they want to make a super long article, or they want to make a marketing resource. They don't know how they're going to distribute it. They don't start with a distribution in mind. They're not prepared. They don't start with the distribution in mind. And so I was sitting at the mall today here in this Polish city. It's a big new mall in this Polish city. I was sitting at a Starbucks drinking an Americano with whipped cream on top. It was amazing. And I was thinking about some of my goals for the next couple of months. So I told you on yesterday's episode, I got this apartment in this small city in Poland. I'm living at the top of this building. In fact, right now, as I record this, it is 12:25 a.m. It is pouring outside. I'm sitting at the top of this building watching the pouring rain go through the streetlights. Don't you love that? When the rain goes through the streetlights and you just see it, and it's so nice. So nice and relaxing. And I came here because I want to focus. New York City, for me, it's hard to focus. Too many distractions, takes a long time to get anywhere. There's just a lot of distractions, a lot going on. And I want to sit behind a computer and grind. And one of the things that I want to grind on is my own SEO funnel. I'm always making videos and podcasts and articles about how much I love search engine optimization. But let me tell you the truth. I haven't been doing it that often anymore. I've been working on the content. I've been making the content, but I want to do some SEO myself. One of the things that I want to do is I want to rank this podcast for keywords around business podcasts or motivational business entrepreneur podcasts or marketing podcasts. There's so many of these keywords, and I want to make this podcast rank for those keywords. And so something that I will do is I will do bottom of funnel SEO targeting these keywords. People are looking for the type of podcast that this is, and I want my podcast to show up number one. I have a decent domain authority, but links will help these articles rank better, especially ones that are more competitive. I will go after easy keywords, but I also want to go after some keywords that are a little bit more competitive. And in order to do that, I need links. So most people, what they do is they say, I want to rank for this thing, or I want to create this product. So if someone's like, I want to rank for this thing, they're gonna write an article on it. If someone wants to make a product, they just go and make the product. But what you should be doing is you should say, okay, if I'm going to make that product, if I'm going to make that article, how will I distribute it? If I'm going to spend hours or days making, you shouldn't be spending months, but if you're going to spend hours or days making something, how are you going to get it into the hands, into the eyeballs of your target audience? Or how are you going to get whatever assets are necessary to make it pop off? In my case, that will be links. And so I sat in this mall today and I did what a lot of people don't do, and which I would totally recommend to anybody who's listening to do if you are considering making something or trying to do SEO or trying to do whatever. And start with, know what you want to do, but then actually be like, how will I distribute this? Start with the distribution. And so I realized how I would get links. Actually, I made an episode. It was one of the episodes that I record. I won't say which strategy it is, but I chose one of the strategies that I talked about in the last couple of weeks on this podcast. I don't really hide anything. I'm not saying the specific strategy that I chose, but I did make a podcast about this strategy. I said, okay, that's how I'm going to get links for these bottom of funnel articles that recommend my podcast as a really good business podcast. So I have a step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 plan of what exactly I need to do in the next couple of days to make this a reality. And I'm pretty excited to execute on it. A lot of people, they get excited to execute and then they just jump into it without thinking. Jumping into it is important for people who do not have a habit of starting things, who do not have a habit of jumping into things. A lot of people will just overthink things and then not do them. I'm not that type of person. I do. Preparation H episode. I do. All right. No jokes. No jokes. None of those jokes. None of those jokes. Listen, it's 12:30 in the morning now. You got to give me a break on this one. But I'm a doer. And for me, it's important to start with a realistic distribution plan in mind. And that's what I sat in this mall doing, drinking my Americano with whipped cream and I came up with a pretty good plan, which I will be executing in the next couple of days. So if you want to build something, or if you want to make a marketing asset or a resource, I'm essentially making marketing assets. That's what I'm making. And if you want to do that, start with the plan. Start with the plan in mind. Start backwards. What you need to do is you need to start backwards. Most people, they just go forward. They start with number one, number two, number three, but you don't need to know what happens after you get it into the eyeballs or the hands of your target audience. You can't know that, but you should have an idea of how you're going to get it there. And you shouldn't create something that takes you so long to do without being able to get feedback. In my case, it will take me a few hours to make this. If it was even like a few days, that would be okay. Maybe even like 2 weeks, that might be okay. But anything beyond that, without validation, you're just spinning your wheels. And so many people will work on something for a year or like many months, and then they become tied to that product, to that asset, because they spent all that time on it and they can't abandon it even though they realize it was a bad idea. So I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm keeping it real simple. I'm starting with the distribution in mind. I'm starting with a plan in mind, and I'm keeping the product creation side pretty short. This isn't a Hollywood production where I have access to focus groups. I'm not doing that. And so this is a really good grassroots way to do it. I would encourage all of you to do something like this. This is episode 141 of The Edward Show. This rain is too peaceful. I'll be honest. This rain is too nice. At watching it from this view, it's great. I'm very happy. I will talk to all of you again. I hope you all prepare. I hope you all prepare. I hope this was helpful. I hope the preparation helpfulness episode was good. I will talk to all of you again tomorrow. Bye now.